So we will get started on our backs. Hey, Alex. And you will need your block for this. If you have a stack of, let me change my video. If you have a stack of really heavy books, this is not going to work for that. So I would grab a pillow or just something soft instead. If you don't have something like that handy, no big deal. But it'll come onto your back, grab your block or whatever you're using, and place it in between your thighs. And then your legs will be in reverse tabletop. Give the block a squeeze and then straighten your legs as much as you can up towards the ceiling. It's okay if they're still a little bit bent. And then squeeze on the block. Pull your belly button down towards your spine. And then lift your head up, take your hands behind your ears. Now this is important. I don't want you to lift by tugging the neck. I want you to lift by thinking of the chest going up towards the ceiling. So squeeze the block, pull the belly button down, and pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Twist to the right, pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it to the left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, bring your feet down to the floor. Keep the block where it is. Heels close to your butt. Push into your feet. Lift your hips up. You're in a bridge pose. Squeeze on the block. Push your entire foot down to the earth and see if you can engage your glutes. So squeeze the butt. And I want you to try to find the space between the hamstrings and the glutes. So that point where the hamstrings connect. So if you push your feet down, squeeze the butt, and almost think of dragging your heels back. And then pulse the hips up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause here. Straighten your left leg forwards as you wiggle your right foot a little bit closer to center. So left leg forwards. Pulse up just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left foot down. Switch feet. Right leg goes forwards. Pulse up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot down. Pause here. Squeeze the glutes. And then come all the way down. Grab the block, set it aside. Hug your knees into your chest. And then let your knees fall to the right. Let the left arm open. Take a twist. And then bring your knees back in and let them fall to the left, opposite side. And then bring your knees back in and start rocking and rolling up and down your spine. Maybe a few times if that feels good. And you'll ultimately wind up in a seat, crossing your ankles. And if you are listening to the playlist with me, you'll go ahead and press play here. Making sure it's not on shuffle, sometimes that's the case. And then you go into tabletop, so hands and knees. Alex, I'm sending you the link right now. So bring your tabletop, start moving through cat-cow, arching and flexing the spine. You're starting to move with your breath. Maybe adding on anything that would feel good to add on, maybe getting into the wrists, swaying the hips any amount. And then as you're ready, tucking your toes, lifting your hips to downward facing dog. Same thing here if you'd like to pedal your heels, sway your hips, get situated in your down dog. And then sweep your right leg straight up and back. Take a breath in. On your breath out, bend the knee, open the hip, point your right toes towards the left, lift the right knee up a little bit higher, big stretch along the right side. And then you might, if you want, take a few hip circles in both directions, just opening and closing the hip. And then lift the right knee up and open, take a breath in. On your breath out, right knee outside the right tricep, tap it, look forwards, step the right foot outside the right hand. So right foot is really wide, and then tap the left knee down, untuck the toes. On your inhale, today it's a really big wide twist, so sweep the right arm up and open and then lean all the way back. On your exhale, right hand inside the right foot, shift your hips back, fold. It's a wide half split. You might want blocks under your hands for this. We're gonna do that 2 more times. So inhale, bend the right knee, peel the right arm up, really, really big twist open, lean back. And then exhale, right hand inside the right foot, shift back. Drop your head. One more, inhale, twist open. And exhale, send it back. This time, bend the right knee, twisted quad stretch. You reach your right hand back for the left foot. If you can't grab the left foot, that's fine. Take your right hand inside the right thigh and just gently move it away. Take one more breath in. And breath out, hands to the floor. Lift your left knee. Skandasana, turn your hands all the way to the left, bend into the left knee, straighten the right leg. And then crawl your hands back forwards, runner's lunge. Hands frame the right foot. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist the right arm straight up. Tap the left knee down and turn to face you. Left knee taps down. Spin the left shin to the left and step your right foot back. So you're in a supported side plank. Left knee is down, right arm is up. Take an inhale. Exhale, sit your hips back and down. So come all the way to a seat and then step your left foot down. And then we switch. Right foot steps, left leg straightens, and then twist to the right. Take your left elbow outside your right thigh. Unwind, turn back, plant both feet down. Take your hands under your shoulders, fingertips face your heels, and then push into your hands, reverse tabletop, lift your hips. You might drop your head if that feels good. Take an inhale, and exhale, come back down. Straighten the right leg here. Turn the left fingertips back forwards. We're coming back to the supported side plank, so let the left knee fall in, push into the hand, lift the hips. And then right arm over your ear. Come back to downward facing dog, push into your hand, step back. Right foot steps forwards, look forwards. Left foot steps forwards, forward fold. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, fold forwards. Push into your feet, stand all the way up, arms rise, big breath in. On your breath out, cactus the arms, so bend the elbows and lift the chest, lean back. Interlace your hands. Take a breath in, lift the shoulders. Exhale, bend your knees, bow forward. So knees are soft, let your head drop, and lift your shoulders up and away from your ears. Bend the right knee a little, straighten the left leg and lift the left shoulder. And then switch, bend the left knee, lift the right shoulder. So you're just kind of leaning to one side and then the other. And then release your hands to the floor. Flat back, inhale, heart forwards. Exhale, forward fold. Step your left foot back, take a breath in. Downward facing dog is your breath out. Shift forwards to a high plank pose, inhale. Exhale, resist the floor, lower all the way down. Untuck your toes here. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down away from the ears, lift your chest. Baby cobra. Today we lift the hands, so hover the hands 1 inch off the mat. Maybe if you'd like, you add the legs, lifting the legs from the glutes. So not the low back, but finding this point, this insertion point, see if you can squeeze that. Take a breath in, breath out, hands down, push back, child's pose. Shift your hips back to your heels. And then downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Bend the knee, open the hip, exhale. Maybe a few circles with the knee, with the hip. Take a breath in. Left knee outside left tricep, look forward. Step the left foot outside the left hand. Tap the right knee down. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. It's a big twist, lean back. Exhale, left hand inside the left foot. Shift the hips back, fold. Again, bend the left knee, twist. Super big twist, lean back, peel the left arm open. Exhale, left hand inside the left foot. Shift back, wide half split. One more, inhale. And exhale, send it back. This time your inhale is a twisted quad stretch. Bend the left knee, reach the left arm back, grab a hold of the right foot. If you don't have the right foot, that's fine. You can either stay in an open twist or take your left hand inside the left leg and just gently push it away from you. One more, inhale. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Lift the right knee, skandasana. Crawl your hands to the right, straighten the left leg. And then crawl your hands back forwards. Runner's lunge is your inhale. Hands frame the left foot. Exhale, left arm straight up, twist. Tap the right knee down. Spin the right shin to the right as you step the left foot back. So you're in a supported side plank once again. Inhale. Exhale, sit your hips back and down. So you come onto your butt and then we switch legs. Left leg plants, right leg straightens. And then we twist. So left hand behind you, right elbow outside the left thigh. And then spin back around, plant your palms, plant both feet, reverse tabletop, push into your hands, lift your hips up. Maybe you drop your head. Inhale. Exhale, hips come back to the floor. Straighten the left leg, spin your right hand forwards. We're coming back to supported side plank, so right knee falls in, push into your hands, lift the hips. Left arm over the ear, breath in. Breath out, downward facing dog. Left hand down, tuck your toes, step back. Left toe step forwards, inhale. Forward fold, right foot meets the left. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, you fold. Stand up, sweep your arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, lift the chest. Catch the interlace, try to get the opposite thumb on top. Inhale, shoulders roll open. Exhale, bend your knees as you bow forwards. Drop your head, just let it hang. Bend the left knee, lift the right shoulder. And then bend the right knee, lift the left shoulder. Come back to the center, release your hands. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot steps back, inhale. Downward facing dog, push your hips up and back. High plank pose, shift forwards, look forwards. On your exhale, come all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes, baby cobra. Shoulders roll up, back, and down. Heart reaches forwards. Hover the hands, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Engaging the back body, maybe you lift the legs. With the butt, not with the low back. Take an inhale. Exhale, child's pose. Push your hips back. Pause here. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Downward facing dog, hips up and back. So if you're new to class this morning, here's what we do. We repeat things. So we do a sequence once, we usually do it again 1 or 2 times, and every time we add on to make it a little bit harder. And so the goal with that is, as you continue to do it, you start to remember it, you don't have to think about it quite as much. And then you also know the less difficult versions. So once we progress, you can always do what we did before. So let's add on this second round. Hips go up and back, downward dog. Right leg lifts, inhale. Bend the knee, open the hip. Take a breath in. Right knee outside the right tricep, look forward. Step the right foot outside the right hand. Let's keep the left knee up this time. Take a big twist, right arm open, inhale. Exhale, right hand inside the right foot, hips go back, fold. 2 more. Inhale, bend the right knee, sweep the right arm open. Exhale, right hand down, hips go back. 1 more. Inhale, big open twist, lean back. Exhale, hips back. Good. This time, bend to the right knee, look forwards. Right into Skandasana, crawl your hands to the left, straighten the right leg. Good. Crawl your hands forwards, runner's lunge. I'm going to twist or turn so I'm facing you. And then right arm up. Twist. This time, side plank. So you could take supported side plank or regular. Left heel spins down, right foot steps back. So you're on your left hand. Step the right toes behind you, and then let your hips come all the way down. So you come to a seat, turn to the right. Left hand outside the right knee, twist. Unwind your twist, plant your palms. You've got options here. You either place both feet down flat for reverse tabletop, or you straighten your legs for reverse plank. Same thing, push into your hands, lift the hips. Maybe you drop your head, take an inhale, and exhale, hips come back down. This time, push the right foot down, so bend the right knee, turn the left hand forwards, side plank, right arm over your ear, lift up, step the right foot over the left foot. And then downward facing dog, right hand down, shift your hips back. Step the right foot forwards, inhale, left foot forwards, exhale, forward fold, top of the mat. Flat back, inhale, exhale, fold. Stand up, push into your feet, arms rise. Exhale, cactus the arms, so bend the elbows, lean back, lift the chest, catch the inner legs. Inhale, roll the shoulders open. Same thing, exhale, bow forward, soften the knees, drop the head. 1 more breath in. Breath out, release your hands to the floor. Inhale is chair pose, sink the hips, sweep the arms up. Think of sitting the weight back into your heels. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, fold forwards. Step the left foot back, breath in. Downward facing dog is your breath out. High plank, inhale. Exhale, resist the floor, come onto your belly. Untuck your toes. This time, reach your hands back. And then turn the palms to face each other. And then lift your shoulders, lift the chest, and squeeze the hands together, almost like you're trying to squeeze a block in between your hands. So you feel the upper back, you feel the triceps, look forwards, maybe you lift the legs, squeezing the butt. Shalabhasana. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, release hands under your shoulders, upward facing dog. Push the tops of your feet down, lift the chest. Downward facing dog, hips go up and back. 1 more side, left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Take a breath in. Left knee outside, left tricep. Look forwards, left foot outside the left hand. Inhale for your twist, left arm up, lean back. Exhale, left hand down inside the left foot. Lengthen the hips back. Blocks may be useful here. Bend the left knee, inhale, twist. Exhale, left hand down, shift back. Again, inhale, last one, twist open. And then exhale, hand inside the left foot, hips go back. Bend the left knee, inhale. Skandasana, crawl your hands to the right, lengthen the left leg. And then it's a runner's lunge. Hands come forwards, they frame the left foot, take a breath in. Twist the left arm up on your breath out. So here's your supported side plank or regular side plank. Step the left foot back over the right. Try not to sink into the right shoulder, push the ground away. Gently step the left toes behind you and then let your hips sink all the way down. So sit all the way down. Left knee is bent, turn to the left. Right elbow outside the left leg. And then unwind your twist, plant your hands under your shoulders, fingertips face your heels, either reverse tabletop or reverse plank pose, legs are straight, push into your hands, lift the hips. Try to push the toes down. 1 more breath in, and breath out, come all the way back down. Plant your left foot, turn your right hand forwards, coming back to a side plank, push into your right hand, lift the hips, step the left foot over the right. Downward facing dog, left hand down, hips go up and back. And then step your left foot forwards. Step your right foot forwards, forward fold. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, fold. Stand up, sweep up, inhale. Last time we do this, cactus the arms, lift the chest. Catch the interlace low back. Inhale, shoulders open. Exhale, soften the knees. Bow yourself forwards, drop your head. One more breath in. And breath out, release your hands. Chair pose, sink the hips, sweep the arms up. Good, weight is in your heels, not in your toes. Maybe even wiggle the toes. Take one more inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Right foot goes back, breath in. Downward facing dog, push your hips back. Shift forwards, inhale. Lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes. Reach your hands to the back of the mat. And then lift your chest, shoulders away from the ears. Push your palms together like you're squeezing a block. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Maybe you add the legs, squeezing the glutes, contracting the hamstrings. One more inhale. Upward facing dog. Push your hands into the floor. Push the tops of the feet down. Lift your chest forwards. Good. Downward facing dog. Hips up and back. We'll run through a couple of sunnays together. Traditional sunnays, so lift your heels, lift your hips. Bend your knees, look forwards. Get your feet to your hands, stepping or hopping forwards. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, fold. Stand up, sweep the arms up, big breath in. And breath out, fold all the way back down. Flat back, inhale, bend the knees, plant your palms. Chaturanga, you could step or hop right back to bent elbows. Upward facing is your inhale. Downward facing is your exhale. Again, move with your breath. Lift your heels, lift your hips. Bend your knees, look forwards. Get your feet to your hands, step or hop. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, fold. Stand up, push into your feet, arms rise. Exhale, take it all the way back down. Plant your palms, lengthen the spine. Step or hop to chaturanga. Upward facing is your breath in. Downward facing is your breath out. Big inhale through your nose. Big exhale out the mouth. All right, so you can take one or two more sunnays on your own if you'd like, or take a pause, take a break in child's pose. How you doing, Alon?
We are struggling, but we're good. Michael goes, how do I do child's pose? I was like, I got you.
Everyone's favorite pose is child's pose. There we go. Good. All right, so continuing to flow. If you want to flow, if you're all set, grab some water. Make sure you give yourself a moment to take a break. Is it like crazy windy where anyone else is, or is it just me? I can't tell because we live in like a wind tunnel, so the wind sounds unreal in our apartment.
It's crazy.
Would you say, Liz?
All of our doors keep slamming.
Oh, great, yeah. The wind knocked over a vase of flowers I had on my desk, so I had to clean it up this morning.
Franklin is licking my sweat.
All right, downward facing dog. That part is the part that Franklin knows if he wants to join. Okay, so sequence number 2. We'll start to build a second sequence. From downward dog, lift the right leg straight up and back. Take a breath in. Knee into your nose, shift forward, shoulders over your wrist, and scoop the knee up and into your body. Maybe you can tap it to your nose. On your inhale, one-legged plank, so heart goes forwards, right leg goes back. On your exhale, step forward slowly, right foot in between your hands. Tap the left knee down, untuck the toes. Push into your feet to lift, low lunge. Both arms rise. So you're not just kind of hanging out in your low lunge with loosey-goosey legs. You push this right foot down, and you push the left shin down, and you're squeezing the butt, lifting the arms up. Take a breath in. Breath out, cactus the arms, bend the elbows. Catch the interlace at the low back. Lift your chest, shoulders roll open, breath in. Breath out, lean forwards, reach the chest forwards. Try to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Tuck your left toes, lift the left knee. Take an inhale. Exhale, gently release the hands, warrior 2, spin open. Deep bend at the right knee here. And then reverse it, inhale. Side angle is your exhale, right elbow to right thigh. Left arm can be straight up or over your ear, whatever you want today, really. Reverse it, straighten the right leg, breath in. Triangle pose, split the arms open. You might shorten your stance, bringing the left foot in a little bit closer. And then reaching the right hand forwards, right hand comes down to your ankle or to your shin, left arm goes straight up. Always lifting through the chest, shoulders pull down and away from the ears. Reach the left arm back and then circle it down to the floor. Find a runner's lunge, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you want a vinyasa, you shift forwards, take chaturanga and up dog. If not, you skip it. Left leg lifts up and back, inhale. Knee into your nose, scoop it in, exhale. One-legged plank, left leg straightens, reach the chest forwards. Exhale, step forwards, left foot in between your hands, tap the right knee down. Untuck the toes, push into your feet to rise, low lunge. Squeeze the right glute, push the right shin down. Lengthen the sides of your waist, take an inhale. Exhale, cactus the arms, lift the chest. Clasp the fingers, shoulders roll open, breath in. Lean forwards, bow forwards on your breath out. Slowly tuck the right toes, lift your right knee, inhale, push the right leg back. Exhale, warrior 2, right arm circles you up and open. Reverse it, inhale. Exhale, left elbow, left thigh, right arm over your ear. Side angle pose. Reverse it, straighten the left leg, inhale. Triangle is your exhale, heel toe the right foot in. Reach the left hand forward, and then left hand down to your ankle or to your shin. Right arm straight up. Reach the right arm back, circle it down to the floor. Runner's lunge, inhale, flip up the right heel. Downward facing dog is your exhale. Staying here, option to take a vinyasa, moving through your chaturanga and your upward facing dog. All right, adding on for the second round. Right leg lifts, inhale. Knee into your nose, scoop it up and in, exhale. One-legged plank, right leg goes back, look forwards. Right knee, right tricep, tap it. Straighten the right leg, one-legged plank, inhale. Exhale, slowly step it through, right foot forwards. This time, keep the left knee up, high lunge, push into your feet to rise. So how do we keep it out of the low back in our high lunge? We don't want to feel any tension here. So start by bending the left knee, and notice that when you bend the left knee, the tailbone goes down. Can you keep the tailbone down as you start to straighten the left leg? You'll see that my left hip is pretty tight, so this is only as straight as I can get it while keeping the low back long, and that's fine. I would rather my left leg be bent a little bit and have some openness in the low back than do all of this crunching. And I actually get a better stretch in the left leg when I do it this way. So arms up, inhale, exhale, cactus the arms, interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders open, breath in, breath out, lean forwards, heart forward. This time we push into the right foot, warrior three with a bind. So push into the right foot, take off, lifting the left leg. Send the left toe straight down, try to lift the right hip up a little bit, and then push the left heel up to the ceiling. See if you can find that insertion point between the hamstring and the glutes. You want to squeeze it. Take an inhale. Warrior two, left toe step back, spin the left arm open. This time, circle the left arm behind the low back, take a half bind. Reverse it, inhale. Exhale, side angle with the half bind, right elbow to right thigh, leaning back. Lower the left shoulder down and away from your ear. And this time as you reverse it, lift up, grab the right wrist with your left hand, give it a tug. Nice big side body stretch. And then split the arms open, keep all of that length as you come into triangle pose. Circle the left hand back, down, forwards. You're in a runner's lunge. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist. Right arm straight up. Side plank, spin the left heel down, step the right foot back over the left. Good, this time right toes behind you, just like we did before, but wild thing. So we push the hips up. You're on the ball of the right foot and you turn to face the ceiling, you look at the right hand. And then just like we did before, you sit all the way down. Sit all the way down, the right knee is bent. You turn to the right, left elbow outside, right thigh twist. And then unwind the twist and plant your left foot down. So I don't really know what to call these, but they're like reverse table arm circle things. So we'll do them twice on each side. So what we do is we start with the left hand, push the left hand down. As you lift up, you make a big circle with the right hand. So push into the left hand, lift, right arm, big circle, right hand down, switch sides, left arm, big circle, up and around. One more each way, right hand, big circle, try to make a full circle, and then left arm. And then hips come back down, straighten the left leg, back to your wild thing. Left hand spins forwards, lift the right heel, lift your hips. Back to side plank, right foot over the left, look forwards, right foot steps forwards. Left foot steps forwards. Chair pose. Good, inhale. Exhale, fold forwards. So we'll take it back to down dog. If you want a chaturanga, you take it. If you want a crow pose along the way, you take it. Planting your hands down, knees outside the triceps, gripping the floor with the fingertips. So not spending a ton of time on crow pose today. Just using it as a transition if you want it. And then we'll move into the second side, the left side. Left leg lifts, inhale. Knee into your nose, use the belly to scoop your knee up and in. One-legged plank, shoot the leg back, inhale. Left knee, left tricep. Send it back, inhale. Step it through on your exhale. And then push into your feet, find a high lunge. Then let's fix the low back. So bend the right knee and just notice, maybe do both bending and straightening. And notice how when the knee is bent, you can lengthen the low back. It feels a lot better for me like this. So then keeping the low back with this orientation, then you start to straighten the right leg, you push back, and notice how that increases the stretch on the right thigh, right hip. Arms go up, inhale. Cactus the arms, lean back. Catch the interlace, shoulders roll open, breath in. Lean forwards, reach forwards on your breath out. Look forwards. Try not to throw yourself into it. Try to use the strength of the leg. So push your left foot down, lift the right leg. Warrior three with the bind. And then flex the right foot, right toes point straight down. Lift the left hip up a little bit higher, reach the chest forwards. One more inhale. Warrior two, right toes step all the way back. Right hand spins open. Right arm wraps behind the low back for a half bind. Reverse it, inhale. Side angle is your exhale. Lean the right shoulder open. And as you start to reverse it this time, you grab the left wrist with the right hand, lift up and back, big side body stretch. You're creating all this length on the left side, and then we keep that length, trying to shorten it for triangle pose. Reach the right hand back, circle it down and forwards, runner's lunge, inhale. Exhale, twist, left arm reaches up. Push into the right hand, open up side plank, spin the right heel down. And then you step the left toes, the left ball of the foot behind you. And for Wild Thing, lift the hips, press the hips up like your reverse tabletop, and then turn to face the ceiling, reach the left arm over your ear. Let the hips come all the way down, take a seat. We twist to the left, left hand behind you, right elbow outside the left thigh. Then we do those tabletop arm circle things again. So plant your right foot. We'll start with the left side this round. So push into the right hand, left arm, big circle, sweep it over, and then hips come back down. Right hand, big circle, up and over. And take it down, one more each way, left arm. Just have fun with it, it's kind of silly. And then right arm over. All right, straighten the right leg. We're coming back to Wild Thing. Spin the right hand forwards. Lift the left heel. Push into the arm, push the hips forwards. Left arm over your ear. Through a side plank, step the left foot over the right. And then we look forwards. Left foot steps forwards. Right foot steps forwards. Forward fold. Chair pose, hips go back, sweep the arms up. Weight is in the heels. Breath in. Breath out, straighten the legs. Option for crow pose if you want it. Option for chaturanga. Otherwise, you just step it back to down dog. We've got another break here before we move on. So once you're done moving, you can tap your knees down, find child's pose again, grab some water. So just to give some context to what we're working on today. In a little bit, we're gonna get really, really back bendy. So we're gonna work on some pretty deep back bends. And what's important in back bending is that you're super strong and aligned and tight and stable in the entire back body. So that means the glutes, the core, the upper back, shoulder blades squeezing together, all of that is really strong because that then prevents you from dumping into the low back. A back bend, you should not ideally feel it in the low back. There definitely should not be pain in the low back. So you support your low back by having really nice strong glutes and a nice strong core. So all that stuff we're working on today. Before we move forwards, let's take puppy pose. We did this a lot last week. And it's the first time we've come into it today. So I'm gonna do it with my hands on the floor, but some of you, if you are really open in the shoulders and the chest, you could grab your two blocks and place your hands on the blocks to take that a little bit deeper. Puppy pose is not child's pose, so we don't sink the hips back. We actually keep the hips right over the knees, and then you walk your hands forwards. It's a pretty deep opener for the chest. You'll feel it probably under the armpits, under the shoulders. You might even notice that one side feels tighter than the other. For me, that's my right side, which is my dominant side, so no surprise there. And then in your puppy pose, see if you can push your hands into the floor. Press the palms down and notice that as you push, you feel a deeper sensation in the chest. It's a little bit more opening in the chest. All right, keep your forearms down. Slide your hips forwards. You're in a Sphinx pose, and you might need to scoot back a little bit. You want your forearms, you want your elbows ahead of the shoulders. Good, and then push into your hands, reach the heart forwards. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, and then lift the hips, forearm plank. From your forearm plank, press into the right hand and then the left hand, high plank. Good, right forearm, left forearm. Left hand, right hand. Left forearm, right forearm. One more each side. Right hand, left hand. Keep the belly tight, right forearm, left forearm. One more, left hand, right hand. Left forearm, right forearm. Pause here, take a breath in, and then knees tap, child's pose. But for this child's pose, reach your hands towards the back of the room. And downward facing dog. So one more standing sequence, we'll run through it one last time, and as usual, we will add on here and there. Sweep your right leg up and back, take a breath in. Knee into your nose, scoop forwards. One-legged plank, right leg straightens. Right knee, right tricep, tap it. Send the right leg back, inhale. Adding on twist, right knee, left tricep, but notice the right shoulder, your upper body's in plank pose. Straighten the right leg, inhale. Step it forwards. Whew. Wiggle the right foot a little bit wider this time. Send the left heel down, warrior one. So really deep into the hips this round. Take an inhale. Exhale, cactus, lift the chest. Catch the interlace. Shoulders roll open, breath in. Humble warrior, bow forwards on your breath out. Flip the left heel. Push into the right foot, warrior three. Keeping the bind if you can. This time, slowly release the bind. Inhale, reach your arms up, kick the right leg forwards. Exhale, keep reaching the arms, left leg back, hands forwards. Again, inhale, kick the left leg forward, stand up, a little wobbly this morning. Exhale, left leg goes back. One more, push into the right leg, kick forwards, inhale. Exhale, send it back. Take a breath in. Warrior two is your breath out. Whew, my arms are tired, shake them out. Half bind the left arm. Reverse, inhale. Exhale, side angle, right elbow, right thigh. Unless you want to take it deeper, you could take your right hand to the floor, or you could find the full bind, right arm wraps behind or underneath the right leg, interlacing the fingers. Leaning back. Release what you've got, grab the right wrist, give it a tug as you lift up and back, and then open up for your triangle pose. Left arm circles down, forwards, runner's lunge, inhale. Side plank, left hand down, step the right foot back. Same thing, right toe step behind you, and then think reverse tabletop. Push the hips forwards, right arm over the ear. Sit your hips all the way down. Right knee is bent, turn to the right, left elbow outside right thigh. And then unwind, plant both feet down. I realize that you all probably have your backs facing me at the moment. Option to take the table arm circle all the way into a wheel pose. So I can show you that first before you do it, if you'd like, if you're interested, if wheel is in your practice. Otherwise, you'll do the regular arm circle thing. But let me show you this first. So we start off the same way. Left hand is down, right arm circles up and over the ear. You push your hips forward, and this time, you want to start to turn your back to face the floor. Now the tricky part here is this left hand. So I'm gonna tickle the floor with my right hand, push the right hand down, and immediately spin the left wrist around. And then I'm in a wheel pose. And then I come out the same way I came in. So you'll notice that this left wrist can often be the limiting factor, and you have to be really careful to not put all of your weight into it because it can be in a precarious position and you have to spin it quite quickly to make it into a wheel pose. So if you want to come into a wheel like that, you can. Otherwise, we'll just do one arm circle with the right arm. So pushing into the left hand, lifting your hips, big circle. Maybe you turn to face the floor, spinning the wrist around, finding the wheel. Maybe not. Nice, Susie. You got it. Coming out maybe the same way, straightening the left leg, left hand reaches the front of the mat, push into your right foot, push the hips forwards, side plank, and then step the right foot forwards, runner's lunge, top of the mat. So you'll wind up runner's lunge, top of the mat. And then step the left foot to meet the right. Chair pose. This time we twist to the right, hands together, left elbow outside, right thigh, push into the hands. And let's take this next transition super, super slowly. Lift the left heel. Pull the left heel into your butt, squeeze it in. Slowly start to send the left leg back. Maybe you pause in the air. Think warrior 3. Chest forwards, left leg goes back. Eventually the left toes tap down for twisted lunge. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Walk your hands to the left. Turn the right toes in. You're in a straddle forward fold. Just drop your head. And I'll give you a few moments here. You'll use choice. If you like Skandasana, you can do that. If you like headstand, you can do that. Or fold forwards, or a twist or a bind, or whatever you like. Oh, hey, Danielle. Didn't see you. And then as you're ready, you'll find your way back to down dog. If you want chaturanga, you got it. If you don't, just skip it. We've got one more side. Left leg lifts, inhale. Left knee in, scoop the belly in. Send the left leg back, inhale. Left knee, left tricep. Send it back, breath in. Twist to the right. Keep the chest forwards, keep looking forwards. Straighten the left leg, one last inhale. Step forwards. Wiggle the left foot a little bit wider, and then spin the right heel down. Warrior 1, sweep the arms up. Inhaling at the top. Exhale, cactus the arms. Catch and interlace. Roll the shoulders open. And then humble warrior, bow forwards. Look forwards, flip up the right heel. Warrior 3, push into the left leg. It's harder from warrior 1 because your legs are wider. Then slowly release your hands, kick forwards, right foot forwards, arms rise. Warrior 3, right leg back. 2 more, stand up, inhale. We're really using the left leg here. And then exhale, send it back. Last one, stand up, inhale. Exhale, warrior 3. Take a breath in. Warrior 2. Right arm behind the low back. Half bind, reverse, inhale. Side angle, exhale. However you want to do it this round, you could stay here with a half bind. You could take it a little bit deeper, maybe finding a full bind. As you reverse it, release your hands, grab the left wrist, give it a tug, lift. And then arms wide open, triangle pose. Right arm reaches back, down, forwards, runner's lunge, inhale. Right into your side plank, last side plank, left arm up, step the left foot back. Tap the left toes behind you, wild thing. Think reverse tabletop, push the hips forwards, look up at the ceiling, and then look at your left hand as it reaches over your ear. And then slowly let the hips lower, come all the way down, turn to the left. Left hand behind you, right elbow outside the left thigh. And then unwind it, plant your right foot. So option to do the arm circle to wheel this second time, or you can do them exactly as we did before, just circling the arms around however many times you care to do it. Right hand plants, left hand forwards, push the hips forward, big circle, look at the floor, spin the right hand around as you tap the left hand down. Coming out the same way you came in. Once you're back on your booty, straighten the right leg. You're coming back to side plank, lift the hips, step the left foot over the right, and then the left foot all the way through. Runner's lunge, top of the mat. And then forward fold, right foot meets the left. Last piece, chair pose. Hands to your heart, breath in, twist to the left on your breath out. Slowly lift the right heel, and then pull the right heel in towards your butt. Maybe you straighten the right leg back, and you pause in the air before tapping the right toes all the way down. Twisted high lunge. One more breath in, and breath out, hands to the floor, turn to the right for your straddle forward fold, and same thing, whatever you want to do here. Take your time, whenever you're ready, coming back to down dog. And then tap your knees down. Once you get there, we're going to set up one camel pose together. I teach this all the time, so most of you know how to set up your props if you want some support. We'll come onto shins. I like to start with tucking the toes. If you feel like you want your hands to drop down, but you need something for your hands to reach, like your heels aren't high enough, you can set your blocks on the highest height outside of your heels, but you certainly don't need to go down to your heels for camel pose. So take your hands down to your hips, or kind of down to your low back. And we'll set it up basically exactly like we did in the high lunge. If you remember, tucking the tailbone down, you want to squeeze that butt. Squeeze the glutes, lift the chest. You start to push the hips forward, and your hands might slide down the backs of your legs any amount. Maybe the hands reach the heels if they're available. Maybe the head drops back if that feels good. And to come out, you push into your feet. You stand all the way up, untuck your toes, and just take a seat. And I'm going to demo the second thing that you can do if you would like. So give me a second, I gotta move the couch. All right, so if you saw the email that I sent out, I suggested that you may wish to have a clear wall space for this next thing. And you definitely don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I just want to show it as an option. It's something that I pretty much would never teach in a public class because it can be chaotic, but you're at home and you can do whatever you want at home. So let's maybe work on dropping back into a wheel pose today from standing
using the wall as a support. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. You can do regular wheel, you can do camel again, which we just did, or you can do pretty much any other back bend that you'd like. But I will show you the process that I use. So it can be kind of scary. I will admit that at first. It is definitely scary, especially when you get pretty low, but I'll show you a trick that kind of can help with that. So first I come up to a wall, and then to measure where I stand, I put my foot on the wall. And this kind of shows you where I need to stand. So I just spin around, okay? And then we start just like we do in camel, the low back tilts down, I lift my chest, lift, think of lifting this, and then I find the wall with my hands. And I start to crawl my hands down the wall. And eventually, if it starts to get a little scary and you don't want to go down, all you do is walk your hands back up, and you can just come back up to standing. But if you get down far enough, I think I was here. Once you start to get down far enough, you have to start bending your knees. So notice how at first mine are straight, and then my knees start to bend, and it kind of starts to look like a wheel pose. So you walk your hands down, and eventually you find the floor, and you're riding wheel. And then you come out the same way, pushing your hands into the wall to stand all the way up. And then you pause because you get dizzy. So 2 things to think about is once it starts to get a little scary on the wall, and once it feels like you can't really go back down any further, you bend your knees. Knees have to bend, just like wheel pose. Second thing is pushing into the wall. So you're not just like crawling your hands down like a spider, you're pushing your hands in just like we did in our puppy pose. So if you want to use the wall to crawl your hands down for wheel pose, you can do that. You could take a regular wheel pose 1 or 2 times. Nice, Chelsea. Or you could do camel once again, totally up to you. Or if you're super baller and super bendy, you could drop back without using the wall. Just take it slow, pushing your hands in, bending the knees, just trusting. Just realize, Emma, you don't have a wall. I think, Jeffrey, you might be a little too close. If you're super close to, you did it, Liz? Yes.
Michael got like 80% of the way down.
Nice.
And then he fell.
This is going to sound annoying, but I actually found that easier to get into wheel than from the ground.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder if that has to do with like strength from pushing up from the ground.
I think I have like a big center of gravity.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Pushing up from the ground it takes a lot of strength in the shoulders, but if you walk back, it just kind of is naturally a little bit more back bending. So a lot of you are still working, which is great. Take your time and do your thing. Eventually, once you feel like you're good.
If I'm getting some lower back pain, about like 75, 80% of the way down, what can I be doing differently?
Squeeze your booty. Like I said, it's all about like back body strength. So the more that you can tighten in your butt and your core, the less will go into the low back. The other thing is to think of lifting. So often when we back bend, we do this, crunch into the low back. But if you think of lifting the chest, more so lifting the heart than dropping back, that would be my advice to you, if that makes sense. So always thinking of lifting and then squeezing the butt.
Cool.
And it'll help over time. So nice job, you guys. Great back bends. It's kind of a fun Saturday morning thing to wake up. Come into a tabletop. And we'll just do a few threaded needles. So
Right hand in the center of the mat. Left arm reaches up. And then thread the left arm under. Just come onto the left shoulder. And if you like any variations here, you can explore whatever you like to do. To come out, push into your right hand, sweep the left arm up. And take the left hand to the center of the mat, second side. Right arm reaches. And thread the right arm underneath you. And left hand comes down, reach the right arm up, inhale. And exhale, right hand down. Really quick downward dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. We'll take half pigeon, right knee outside the right wrist. Tuck the left toes, lengthen the hips super far back. And then maybe you crawl your hands forwards. And I just thought, Alex, you asked about getting out of the low back as you drop back. I think if you focus more on pushing against the wall when you drop back, that can help you also find the lift. All right, so in your half pigeon, if you'd like, you can take a block under your forehead if your head does not naturally reach the floor. And then to come out, press into your hands. We'll come onto the right hip and bring the left leg forward. So we wind up in a seated tree pose shape, right foot inside the left thigh. And then turn to face the left leg. You might need to shift the left leg back a little bit. You want your chest in line with the left leg. And we'll fold forward. So reach your arms up. And then go ahead and grab the foot. You might bend the left knee if that helps you. Just let your head drop to the chest. And slowly work your way back up. And just cross your ankles, come back to downward facing dog, however you want to get there. We'll set up half pigeon on the second side. Left knee outside the left wrist, tuck your right toes, moving the hips back. And start to bring your hands to the floor, lift yourself up. And just gently come onto the left hip, bring the right leg forwards. Left knee is bent inside the right leg. Scoot the right hip back a little bit, turn to face your right thigh, reach both arms up, take an inhale. And then on your exhale, you fold forwards. Just let your head drop. You might have the right knee bent. Don't worry about getting into the deepest forward fold you've ever been in. Just restoring from all the back bending. So just think of it more as a relaxing pose rather than trying to pull yourself super deep. And then crawl your hands back. One final down dog, crossing your ankles. If you really want that last chaturanga, you can take it. And then you'll tap your knees down, send the hips back, and legs come forward. So one last forward fold. Make sure you're sitting up tall, so scoot your hips back a little bit more. And for this one, definitely I recommend starting with knees at least a little bit bent. Reach both arms up, and then fold forwards. Let your head drop. And if you feel like you'd like to shimmy your heels a little bit further forwards, you can, but most of us will probably have at least a slight bend still in the knees. Just allow your shoulders to round. And then come back up to your seat, scoot your hips forwards. Make sure you've got a block handy. I'm gonna move it back here just to have it ready. Reach your hands forwards, pull your belly button down, and then very slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll your ear back down, keeping the core tight. And then once you come all the way down, hug your knees into your chest. Grab a block or a pillow or whatever you're using. We're setting up a supported inversion. So you plant your feet, you slide the block under the sacrum, that's at the very bottom of the spine, so just below the low back. And then you extend your legs straight up to the ceiling. And it should feel restful, it should feel comfortable. You might close your eyes. If there's another inversion that you would prefer, you can always take something else. And if there's anything else that you feel like you might need here before coming down, like a happy baby, another forward fold, some other inversion, please feel free to take it. Whenever you feel like you might be ready, you'll return your feet to the floor. You might grab a blanket or a towel or a shirt or something to put it over your eyes. And you'll extend your legs forwards. Or really however you'd like to set up Shavasana. So you're in your own house. It doesn't have to look like a traditional Shavasana. You could even be seated. You could take up as much space, just completely starfish your arms and legs, really whatever you want. Just try to be somewhere you can be still for just a few final moments together, somewhere you can close your eyes. And we'll take one big breath in together and one big exhale out. Shavasana. Begin to bring some movement back into your body. Moving your fingers and toes. And eventually hugging your knees in. And however you'd like to get there, you'll find your way to a tall seat. You might keep your eyes closed for one last moment. And sitting up tall, let your tailbone tilt downwards, letting your seat be heavy, but lengthening through the spine. Slight lift in the chest, keeping the shoulders relaxed and soft. Bring your palms together. And then lift your thumbs up to the center of your forehead. And we will send gratitude to each other for sharing this practice this morning. Namaste. Thank you, guys.